So now what is this actually? Here we'll talk about the T cells proliferation or activation in short. How the T cells are actually activated when any antigen enters into the body. So let's get started from this particular point, that is actually the antigen. When antigen enters the body, so inside the body we have certain antigen presenting cells like dendritic cells, macrophages. So what's happening here, antigen as it enters, antigen presenting cells from one of the antigen presenting cells, mainly if you talk about the macrophages, they will take this antigen. After taking this antigen, means as they engulf this antigen, now one of the portions of this antigen will be actually presented to the T cells by means of MHC class 2 proteins. What is happening here? Very simple. Antigen will enter. This macrophage will actually show or present, now this is the antigen, okay? This will present the antigen to the T cells. Now here is the T cell that will actually then interact with this antigen. Then after that, this will become activated. Now how this process is going to happen? Just concentrate. I'm going to tell you people right now. Well, now this antigen is entering here into the antigen presenting cell. Now this antigen presenting cell by means of MHC2 will present. So now guess what? This is antigen presenting cell, a cell that is presenting something. What? Antigen. So this is a cell which is presenting antigen. A cell which is presenting antigen, antigen presenting cell. The name is given to this cell because of this process, because which is doing what? It is actually causing the antigen to the another cell, okay? Now in this case, what it is doing is it is presenting the antigen by means of MHC2 to the T cells. Got? Now this, what will happen here? Very simple. The very first thing that is going to happen is complex formation between the APC and the T cell. This is actually the T cell, okay? T cell, APC, and by means of MHC2, the antigen will be presented to the T cells. Now here, first of all, the complex formation will take place. After that, there will be the co-stimulatory interactions between the APC and T cell. Now what are the co-stimulatory interactions? There are several types of the co-stimulatory interactions by means of some other receptors and by means of some chemicals like interleukin 12 and interferon gamma. Now by means of all these, they will interact. How? Like, very simple. So when this interaction, like in the sense of complex formation and co-stimulatory interaction, from APC IL-12 will interact with the T cells. From the T cells, interferon gamma will interact with the APC to continue the cascade. That is actually the activation of, at the end, this cascade will turn to activation of the T cells. So now how this is happening? Very simple. Antigen comes to the antigen presenting cell. Antigen presenting cell will present this antigen to the T cells. T cells, when these T cells interact by means of complex formation or by means of co-stimulatory interactions, pathways, mechanisms, after that their interactions, they will give way to the downstream signaling. You can say in short, downstream signaling will take place. Now this downstream signaling will be like, they will stimulate first of all PLC, phospholipase C. After that, they will actually stimulate the PIP2, phosphoinositol bisphosphate. That will actually further activate DAG and IP3, inositol triphosphate. Now this is responsible to increase the internal calcium, intracellular calcium. An increase in the intracellular calcium will lead towards the interaction with the column. Now what is happening here? Calcium is increasing, and that is then interacting with the column. Now if column plus calcium, when these interact, they will form a complex known as scale-column complex that will then interact with the calcineurin. How? Now here this calcineurin is actually a phosphatase enzyme. This calcineurin plus scale-column, when they are actually interacted, this complex will go towards the NFAT, nucleic factor of activated T cell. Okay, now this will be dephosphorylated. When this is dephosphorylated by means of this complex, calcineurin, column, when this complex dephosphorylates the NFAT, that will move towards the interleukin 2 genes. These genes will be actually stimulated to synthesize interleukins plus interleukins receptors. Means, according to one textbook, in short, what is stated here is that these NFAT, when they are moving towards the interleukin 2 gene stimulation, they will stimulate interleukin 2 genes in a sense that they will synthesize interleukins IL-2 Along with that, they will do the upregulation of the receptors like IL-2 receptors. And in some textbooks, it is mentioned that this receptor like IL-2 receptors are actually synthesized by the interactive mechanism of the APC. When antigen presenting cell is actually interacting with the T cells, they are releasing some chemical that are responsible to do the co-stimulatory interactions. These chemicals IL-12 are actually again responsible to do the synthesis of IL-2 receptors. Okay, so in short, what is happening here, this entire cascade is actually providing IL-2 chemicals. These chemicals will come and they will act on the IL-2 receptors which are present on the same T cell. Now this mechanism is called is actually autocrine signaling. Something is produced by me and that is acting back on me. This is called autocrine, self-acting. Okay, now this is actually self-acting mechanism hereby. Autocrine signaling will take place here and that will lead towards the activation of this T cell. Now when this T cell becomes activated, this will activate further some more T cells like natural killer cells or helper T cells like that. So this will then go towards doing its action, that is immune action in the body will take place. Now what we are doing, in certain cases we don't need this immune action like in autoimmune diseases and etc. So what we are doing, we are taking the help from these drugs, these medications. We use these medications